everybody out there? This is Popular Stranger, and we are back at you again today with another Madden 25 Ultimate Team video. In today's video, we're going to be going over the best wide receivers currently in MUT 25 at every single budget. Now, a lot of times when I'm live streaming over on Twitch and even on Twitter, people will reach out and say, Pop, I got 300K, I need a wide receiver, who do I pick up? That's exactly what we're going to cover in this video, and all throughout the month of January, we're going to be covering every single positional group, going over the best cards at those positions for every single price point that you might have. So let's go ahead and jump right on into it. We're going to start with the best free wide receivers in the game. Not a lot of easy options out there. We got two cards to go over. The first one is going to be from the playoff promo welcome pack. So this is a 94 overall Quez Watkins. Now you're going to get a pack, and if you haven't opened it up already, this is only really applying to you. If you've already opened up the pack and made your selection, it's too late. But when you get that welcome pack, it contains 14 85 overall players. You're going to be able to earn upgrade tokens throughout this promo, and you're going to get those upgrade tokens in the solo challenges and the field pass, and ultimately you're going to be able to use those tokens to upgrade one of the players or the player that you select from an 85 to a 94. And I say all of that to say, Quez Watkins, one of the best, probably top 3 cards in that entire welcome pack, but definitely one of the best free options at wide receiver if you haven't made your selection already. You got 6 foot even, 95 stock speed, short route running 93, mid 92, deep 95. It gives you a good catch rating. Pretty stupid choice for Steelers because they have players that actually play and touch the field in Steeler uniforms, but from a MUT standpoint, this is a really, really good card and one of the better selections within that welcome pack. If you've already made your decision, the only other option at a free wide receiver that you have is going to be the Zero Chill Julio Jones. Now, this card you're going to get at a 91 overall at level 20 of the Zero Chill Field Pass. Again, I'm sure most of you watching this video have probably already selected or earned this card or unlocked this card. But if you haven't, you definitely want to prioritize getting that done. Now, when you get him to when you get to level 20 within that field pass, he is going to be at that 91 OVR level. To get him to this 93, you're going to have to use training, so it no longer becomes free at this point, and the amount of training that it requires to upgrade him is roughly around the equivalent to a little bit under 150,000 coins. But when we go through the options that you have at wide receiver, it kind of makes sense, especially when you're getting a stock 95 speed receiver with 90 catching and then 90 short route running, 93 mid, 94 deep. It makes sense to go out there and spend that 140K or so to upgrade him, because there's just not a lot of great options outside of like the 300K and up range when it comes to wide receivers. So I would still, for some parts of this, consider this card free. So now we move to our best wide receiver under 75,000 coins, and this is a no-brainer if you're on a budget, if you just recently got the game, if you're no money spent and you need to upgrade the wide receiver position. You got Ghost of Madden present, Jaden Reed, only a 90 overall card, but he's still one of the fastest wide receivers in the game with the stock 94 speed. He gives you 90 plus on the route running. If you can get that on your wide receivers, that's ideal right now. So you got 90 short, 91 mid, 91 deep. The only downside to this card is the catching at 87, the catch in traffic at 84, and the spec catch at 87. But when you're paying 70,000 coins for a 94 speed receiver at this point in the year, you're going to lose out on some attributes, and the catch ratings just happen to be the ones you're going to lose out on. I don't think he's going to drop a ton of passes, especially if he's wide open. Yeah, he might drop a few in traffic, obviously, with that low catch and traffic rating, but I think for the amount of coin that you would have to pay for this card, you're getting a lot of upside. And also, when we move over to the next best wide receivers in the game, we're jumping all the way up to a 200,000 coin budget, and I do have two options here for you. The first one being Team Diamond, 92 overall Deshaun Jackson, but both of these cards are going to be slower than the Jaden Reed we just took a look at. So for under 200K, you got Team Diamond Deshaun Jackson, goes for about 98K on average, 92 stock speed, 90 catching, short route running 88, mid 89, deep 93. Again, I would take Jaden Reed over this Deshaun Jackson card, but I wanted to give you a couple options at this price point, and also this one specifically Eagles theme team. He fits a couple other theme teams out there as well, but Eagles, no bias, I swear, promise, have one of the better theme teams in the game right now, and this card gets a ×2 there, so it's pretty easy to get him to 93 speed, potentially 94 if you're going with a full Eagles theme team, and that's why I wanted to recommend him. One other option under the 200K budget is going to be Blitz Garrett Wilson. I would say a little bit better than the Deshaun Jackson card here, 6 foot even, 93 speed, so he's a little bit faster, 91 catching, and then he does give you the short route running at 91, the deep at 90. The only one that's under that 90 threshold right now is his mid route running at 88, and you can find this card. It's cheaper than Deshaun as well, for 173,000 coins. You have to just think back to this card. It was once almost 1 million coins for a pretty good period during that Blitz promo, and I still think it's a viable option, but again, I can't stress it enough. If I were looking for a receiver and I had 200,000 coins, I'm just going to go out and drop the 70K on Jayden Reed, or not pick up a receiver and stack up my coins so I can afford one of them at a higher price point. Your best option under 250K, and again, I'm sorry to sound so repetitive, but if I had 250K and I was looking for a receiver, you have this Marvin Harrison as an option. On average, he goes for about 215K. I would still recommend the Jayden Reed. I just want to give you all your options here at every single price point. So with this Marvin Harrison, Syracuse legend, by the way, 6 foot tall, 93 speed, pretty similar to Garrett Wilson, basically. His catch rating's a little bit better, but they're still under that 90 on the mid route running, and then you got short and deep route running at 93. He doesn't get any noticeable, like, really good abilities on discounts that are worth it, but I did want to give you an option here. Now, when we get to the 300K price point and up, this is where we have some of the better wide receivers in the game, and this is why I would say either go Jayden Reed or save your coin, because if you can afford this Zero Chill CeeDee Lamb, which is going to be one of 2 of our best receivers under 300,000 coins, this is a card you would want to go out and buy. 6'2", stock 95 speed, the route running hits all the thresholds, 90 plus on short, mid, and deep, 90 on the short and the deep, 92 on the mid. He gives you very good catch ratings, 92 catch, 93 catch in traffic, and spec catch. Now, he's not going to get any discounted abilities. That period of this card is all over with, unfortunately, but I said it all along during the Zero Chill and Ghost promo, these cards that have stock 95 speed at the wide receiver position are still going to be very viable because they're still going to be fast. Most of them are still pretty tall, and in my opinion, we'll mention some abilities down the road here, but in my opinion, you don't really need abilities on wide receivers at this point in the year, especially at the AP costs that they have. So CeeDee Lamb, without a doubt, your best option under 300K, but I do have one other one for you in case you're looking for maybe 2 wide receivers and you got a 600K budget. You can look at Keon Coleman as well, 6'3", a little bit taller than CeeDee, 94 speed, a little bit slower, but he has the same basically catching and route running. You got 93 catch, 93 spec catch, catch in traffic 90, and then the short route running goes up to mid to deep, 90, 91, 92. So 2 pretty good options. Under 300K, we're going to jump up to our 400K and under budget, and I think if you factor in the price, this is the best wide receiver in the game in Kelvin Megatron Johnson. Now, you can find him for about 375K on average. It's crazy to think, and I think it was even just this past weekend, like a couple days ago, that this card was hovering around 3 to 330K, sometimes 350. He's starting to creep back up here, and whenever we get a new wide receiver, he'll probably go back down in price. So if you're a no money spent player, you're on a budget, this one's out of your price range, pay attention to this card, because again, we're going to start to see some 96 stock speed wide receivers. That doesn't mean 95 speed all of a sudden is extremely slow. And with Megatron, 6'5", 95 speed, Lions theme team, probably top 3, if not the best theme team in the game right now. Very top-heavy team with very expensive cards, but you could easily get this card to 96, 97 speed right now. Along with being 6'5", he has 97 jumping, short and mid route running at 90, the deep at 97, one of the best in the game there. And then he has good spec catch at 97, obviously, with the 90 catch and 90 catch in traffic. The only downside to this card and most of the tall receivers in the game is sometimes they can be wide open, and if you throw them the ball, they'll just jump for no reason. Just because they're tall, EA decided they're going to jump here. Even if you rack catch it, they jump sometimes. So I think I kind of like receivers that are like 6'1", right around that threshold, because it feels like the guys 6'2" and up just get those random jumping animations situations, but don't let that deter you. This Kelvin Megatron Johnson card is still extremely good. And to give you one other option under 400K, we have Ghost of Madden Pass, Deion Sanders, another receiver that's stock 95 speed. I mean, that's mainly what we're looking for right now. 6 foot tall, 90 catch, 91 catch in traffic, 94 spec catch, and then he's even across the board here. And again, I just want to be clear with the route running, a 90 short route running is going to perform the same as a 94. Once we get to 95 up, that's a different threshold. So 90, 90, 90 on the short, mid, and deep is just as good as a 94, 94, 94 on the short, mid, and deep route running on your wide receivers. And Deion Sanders a little bit cheaper. If you had to pick one or the other, I'm going to go Megatron, but Deion Sanders, you can find him for $367K. Now we're going to jump to your best wide receivers under 500,000 coins, and the first one here is going to be playoff Nico Collins, and I'm kind of cheating right now because this card is actually roughly around 520K on average, but I do think with the new cards that are going to be coming out on Thursday, the new playoff promo, we'll probably see another wide receiver or two. You'll see the price come down on this card, so keep an eye out on it for now. But all in all, I got to say it before we go over it because I got 3 options here under 500K, with Nico Collins being one of them. I would still recommend to save your coin and just buy Megatron or CeeDee Lamb or Deion Sanders. Those are going to be better usage of your coins and cheaper options for the same speed, basically. But Nico is 95 speed, 6'4", 93 catching, and then he gives you 93 on the short and the mid route running. The deep route running does hit a new threshold. Again, I don't know how much you're going to see a difference on the field, but he does give you that 95 deep route running, and this is a card that I had and added onto the squad day one of it coming out, and he's been one of my more favorite playoff cards in the game. And again, 520K. If you're going to be under that 500K price point officially, we got Jalen McMillan, Team of the Week card that just recently came out. 6'1", stock 95 speed. The good thing about this card is if you happen to rock that Team of the Week theme team as well and a Bucks theme team, you could potentially get them up to 99 speed. It's going to be more expensive to do that, but even at the stock 95 speed, very good. 93 spec catch and 93 catch in traffic, only 88, but he gives you short and deep route running at 94 and mid route running at 91, and on average goes for about 440K. And one other option under 500K, this one's actually creeping up in price. It's going to be Roma Doomsday from the Campus Heroes promo, another 94 overall, 6'3" with, again, stock 95 speed. He gives you 94 catching, 92 catching traffic and spec catch, short and mid route running at 94, deep at 91. He does get Playmaker for 1 AP, which is nice if you use it frequently, but to spend 1 AP on something that's super situational, I probably would not recommend doing that. And as I said earlier, with most wide receivers in the game, you can get by without using any abilities on them at all. And it is also worth noting that this card was once right around 400K, so I would expect him to get cheaper as we get new wide receivers in the game. I just picked him up on the No Money Spent account on Friday for like 400K, so he's starting to creep back up. And that brings us now to the best wide receivers in the game. Unfortunately, the first one is 7 million coins, and you heard me correctly, 7 million coins for a card in the mid part of January here. Jameson Williams, his Team of the Week card. Couple driving factors. Number one, EA just didn't put his pack odds very high, it appears, because it's very hard to find this card. Number two, he's on the Lions theme team, which ultimately can get him up to 98 speed, and because he's a Team of the Week card and an LTD, he can get up to 99 speed with the Team of the Week theme team, but that's just going to make him more rare out there. So that's a big reason why he's that high in price. Also, we had the last chance qualifiers this past weekend, so all the competitive players competing in that, trying to get the best team on the field as possible, definitely drove the price up on this one, and he's going to stay expensive. He's going to be expensive until he gets Redux, so there's really not a lot of hope for all of you out there that want this card, and it's because he's got the 96 speed with the potential at 99. Everything outside of that, there's literally nothing special about it, right? We saw Megatron, who's 95 speed, 6'5", with pretty much the same exact route running and catching. So this card, extremely good, but even me, somebody who has 16 million, almost 17 million coins, and rocks a Lions theme team, I'm still not going out of my way to buy this card. And that's going to leave us with another option here in Malik Neighbors, like way cheaper, right? And you're still getting the 96 speed with this Malik Neighbors. He goes for about 800K, and then the catch rating's actually better at 96, same with the catch and traffic and spec catch, and then the route runnings, again, are essentially the same there. You got the 95 plus on the deep route running, and then you got that 90 plus on the short route running in the mid. So outside of theme teams, whether it's Lions or Team of the Week are both Malik Neighbors and Jamison Williams, outside of like maybe that 2-inch height difference, are basically the same exact cards here. One is 7 million, one is 800K. So use that information the way that you want to do it. And there you have it. Those are the best wide receivers in the game right now at every single price point. If there's any players that I snubbed or left off this list that I should have mentioned, leave it down below in the comment section. And again, thank you guys for watching. My name is Popular Stranger, and I'm out. Peace.